Welcome back to Blackheart's Boston Fun. My name is Ateatree, and I reckon it's time to do some unkindness to some Nazis. It is time for Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus, with our friend BJ Blazkowicz and our runner Anarchy. It will be a glitchless run, and it will be a glorious day. Anarchy, let's show them how it's done.
Alright, hello everybody, my name is Anarchy. Today I'm going to be bringing to you Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus. So there was a bid war for the timeline that we're going to use, so is there still a tie, or do we have a clear winner?
You are correct to ask. It is your choice.
Alright, so there's a difference in the timelines here. I guess I'm going to pick, can I do Wyatt or Fergus? I'm gonna do eeny, meeny, miny, mo to pick. So do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother says pick the very best one, and you are it. All right, it looks like we will be doing the first timeline. So, oh joy. So do some silliness there to make sure that we reset our perks, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. All right, so this is Wolfenstein II, the new Colossus. This is the sequel game to Wolfenstein: The New Order. It was released in 2014. We're basically, it was made by Machine Games, and it was basically a reboot to the series. Started way back in the day, one of the earliest precursors to FPS games. Um, so the series had kind of died off, kind of one of id's early games kind of took the backseat to Doom. So coming into the 2000s, the series was kind of dead. Before these games came out, the only sort of game they were able to put out was Wolfenstein 09, which was another attempted reboot of the series, which didn't do too well.
Yeah, Raven Software does amazing work, but that game in particular kind of got overlooked. And Return to Castle Wolfenstein, I feel like the multiplayer mode was the one that thrived there, but no, you're right. Machine Games and their work on the Wolfenstein series is really what keeps it relevant in the modern era.
Definitely. These games have been some of my favorite of all times. So as I said, this is the second one. It's the third one that they've released. There's Wolfenstein New Order, which was the game that they sort of started off their reboot. Then there was The Old Blood, which was sort of prequel, like a direct prequel to that game. Then they released this game in 2017, and then the sequel to this game called Youngblood, which came out in, I believe, 2019. But basically, the entire point of this game is that we're going to be liberating the United States from Nazis, which, who doesn't love to do? So we're spending this entire game smashing some Nazis' face in, as we should.
Just Chad appreciating just how fast PJ can move in that wheelchair, and friends, he will do a whole lot more than that before we're done. But yes,
Exactly.
he is very impressive to watch, pretty much no matter what he's doing.
Real. So, yeah, this game is a direct sequel to the New Order. Basically, at the end of that game, we did a whole lot of kicking the crap out of Nazis there, and at the end, you pretty much get blown up a little bit. So, BJ's not doing too hot here. Basically, as you find out in the beginning of this game, the beginning cutscenes, which we skipped, by the way, loading a save instead of starting a new game, because it's about 8 minutes worth of cutscenes. So as you find out, basically, BJ's been in coma for the last 5 months. We're hanging out on the submarine, and yeah. Now the Nazis have we stole this submarine from the Nazis in the first place, and they sort of found out that we did that. I'm not very happy about it, so they kind of want it back, but we're not gonna let them, of course.
Get off my neck! William, are you alright?
Another thing that we also find out while BJ was in a coma is that his wifey here, Anya, she's actually pregnant. Two of them, twins. So that's how we ended up with the dual protagonists in Youngblood, Soph and Jess. But
Think you're a hero.
One thing I will say about this game is it's very cutscene heavy. I would say there's a lot of cutscenes in the New Order at least, but those ones are sort of limited to like loading screens. So there's mainly two types of cutscenes here. There's the like pre-rendered cutscenes or like videos basically. They use them a lot in this game to sort of mask loading screens. So you'll see them at the beginning and the ends of chapters or levels or whatever you want to call them, like that last one. And basically, I don't know if you can hear it, but you'll probably hear me like mashing my escape key to try and skip them. Then there's cutscenes like this, the in-engine kind, where basically we kind of just gotta sit around and wait for stuff to happen. We can't really skip it. So there's three main like long cutscenes like this. This one is pretty long; it's about 5 minutes. Then there's another one in Roswell later, and then there's another one when we go to space, which is gonna be fun. But if we have any messages,
if you haven't seen this game before, the phrase "when we go to space" is
yeah, definitely mean
gives
that.
you yeah. But yeah, also couldn't hurt to mention this is where we're getting to the point we're gonna choose where the timeline incentive comes into. Not quite this part, but a little bit later on in this, and I think it's only fair to give a content warning. Not that you don't necessarily know to expect one of those from a Wolfenstein game, but things are gonna get a little gory for the resistance fighters, at least for the first little bit here.
Yeah, definitely.
Until we get the chance to return the favor.
Yeah, Caroline, I love Caroline, our beloved here. She's going to be losing her head in a minute, so definitely if you're sensitive to those kind of things, yeah.
In the meantime, I am happy to let people know what we're here for. If you're watching from the speedrun.com front page, first of all, welcome. This is Blackheart's Boston Fun. Feel free to come join us over on twitch.tv/BlackheartWings. This is the mutual aid fundraiser organized to help out a wonderful friend of the Frame Fatales, Stardew Valley, and the overall speedrunning community, Blackheart Wings, also known as Gabby. She's currently going through a major life change and is crowdsourcing funds in order to afford her move to Boston and make sure she can afford travel, housing, and all of the other basic necessities. So we are here, grateful and happy to come together, create this event for her. And with your viewership, your interest, if you can share things on social, there are so many things that aren't donations. That's the next word in the blurb that I've got here. But there are so many other things that make a difference. Just you being here, telling people about it, coming over from that speedrun.com front page and typing !donate in the chat if you are so inclined. With all of those things, we can help change Gabby's life and make sure that she can safely move to live the life she wants to live.
Well said.
Thank you. I mean, it helps that most of this is, pre-written out for me. I just get to editorialize, so. Yeah, the young Fraulein does not have the killer instinct that her mother does.
No, yeah.
As we saw.
Yeah, real quick, content warning once again here. Caroline, rip in peace, bestie.
Getting right up to it. I don't know if it's, your choice to look away or, perhaps ignoring the horrors of war is not the best.
I will say I will say that's a good point about these games is as good at games as they are, they really don't shy away from the true like atrocities of Nazis. So they really are like the most like unlikable people ever. I feel like a lot of games definitely they're like villains definitely they tend to have like some sort of redeeming quality. Frauengel, the General Death said, none whatsoever. They are just all around horrible human beings, and I think that's the way it should be.
It's a sort of perverse charisma that it's like, it's anti-charisma. They are energetic, they are in your face, kind of like some of the villains from Ubisoft games, but like really ramped up to 11 or 12. That there's absolutely nothing to like about them, but the game forces you to deal with them fairly frequently.
Yeah.
So, that's a good form of giving you that motivation, especially if you play through the previous game, the connections you formed with some of these characters, and then giving you this gut punch right here at the beginning. That is, in case you needed more motivation to take care of Nazis, here it is.
Also an old friend of yours?
Yep, as Frauengel says, an old friend of ours. This is where the sort of timeline differences sort of start to pop up here. In the Fergus timeline, we have Fergus here. He just got his whole arm cut off, which is crazy. We're gonna go ahead and get our power suit. If we were to pick the Wyatt timeline, Wyatt would, instead of getting his arm cut off, he gets like his ear and a bit of his face sliced there, which leads to varying different storylines with the two of them. There's also a similar conundrum in the New Order where you have to pick between saving Wyatt or saving Fergus. The differences in that game are a little. They're a little different. This game doesn't place as big an emphasis on the differences there, but they're still there. There's a couple story differences as well as our signature weapon, which we're gonna get in a little bit.
I can give you information. Military secrets. I can tell you how to release your robots. Also, the escape pod over there. I know the codes to open the door. The door that leads to the controller bay. The electromagnetic tractor arms. You can deactivate.
Welcome, Raiders from Samantha Coffin, by the by. I'm glad to inform you that you just missed the real gory part, the unfun part to watch as far as rooting for the heroes. So now we just get the the action part of the game as soon as we get past this section.
Yep, it's time to start gaming, team. We're gonna go ahead and get to it.
Gotta respect a guy who can lose his arm and a lot of things you can do with a hatchet.
So now we're basically gonna try and make our way through. So we're on the Ausmerzer, which is Triangle is basically her like big flying fortress type thing. So basically she's sort of like sucked up our submarine out of the water, captured us. That was her entire role. She's done it within the first like 10 minutes of the game. So, but of course we can't let that fly. You know, we're the guy. So of course we gotta bust out of here like any true protagonist does.
Like they taught us back in boot camp. Take out the commanders first.
Oh, okay. A lot of this run, what we're going to be doing is like I guess a combination of, okay, there we go. A combination of like a lot of shooting Nazis, running into them, beating the crap out of them as we should, and also, I wouldn't say ignoring them, but in the interest of going faster, we kind of just leave them alone. I feel like right there, we kind of just ran past a lot of them. Here, we're gonna kill them because they're in our way.
Right, and like you can see from the UI on the top of the screen, the main thing we need to do each time we see one of those where you've got alarms and notifications. Are there actually parts where we can skip past commanders, or are we just getting the pickups and taking off?
For the most part, we're just gonna run past them. They're in particular, they're in our way, so we're just gonna use we should there.
Okay. I honestly didn't realize those engagements, like the key cards, were optional in some cases.
Yeah, sometimes you can just, you know.
Gotcha.
In the interest of going faster, you kind of just, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I imagine at this point, you know, I was gonna say something about like the proficiency with the guns akimbo, because that really does kind of mess up your like accuracy compared to being able to aim down sights and that. But I guess at this point, it's really more about like picking your line to run through levels, knowing which enemies you might have to shoot, and then adjusting based on what actually happens with their AI.
It's
something
that,
like
exactly,
that.
Yeah. Best case scenario, you want to, like I said, in the interest of going fast, you want to just run past them. But in some cases, that's not actually possible. A lot of times they'll get in your way or just do silly stuff. So yeah. This game, the updated engine makes it you're incentivized a lot more to dual wield. In the New Order, in the Old Blood, when you're dual wielding guns, it's really sort of slow. It's kind of not worth it a lot of the time, unless you're just like in a big like shoot 'em up type level, and that's all you're doing. You're not running around and stuff. But in this game, it feels you're way more incentivized to dual wield. It's a lot easier. You run a lot faster than you would in the other games, and makes it a lot easier for us.
William,
You have to find the transmitter and shut it down, or the depth charges will rupture our hull.
So here's where we also get introduced to the other
We've made a
major
mistake.
differences
On the floor
between
plan,
timelines.
Section F just looks like a little laundry room. We looked
Basically,
for it when
we
searched
have
the U-boat after you
in
captured it, but
Fergus's
we
timeline, we have
didn't
the
see
laser
entrance
craftwork,
door. And with
which
all the
is the
things we were
signature gun
worried
from the
about
New
back
Order.
then, I suppose we didn't bother looking too
In
closely.
Wyatt's timeline, you
But
get the
now
diesel
I
craftwork, which is a
re-examined
new
the floor
gun.
plan, and there's a reference to a completely different document. William, I found the engineering map of Section F. Oh my god.
And is one of them particularly favorable for the speedrun?
Yeah. So usually we do Wyatt's timeline mainly because of the diesel craftwork, which is it's basically like a diesel grenade launcher, which is really sick. And it's easier to be able to kill groups of Nazis, and you aim them. It's just a overall like a I wouldn't say the better weapon to use necessarily, but it's definitely favorable.
Yeah, having AoE in a first-person shooter is hard to argue against, unless you can also splash damage yourself easily.
Yeah. The laser craftwork, excuse me, the laser craftwork, you have to be able to aim with, which, you know, already got sort of a strike against it, but, like you said, it doesn't have that sort of, the AoE going on there, so, it's kind of a lot harder to use, and, yeah. But we're gonna struggle through it, you know, just for, you know, having fun. I don't often do the first timeline. I pretty much only do the first timeline when I'm playing this game casually. So I haven't done it at all in a while. So we're kind of winging it just a little bit, but you know, we're having fun. So.
Well done, Blazkowicz.
Set. He knows as well as
So
I
now we're gonna see if
what I
we can
got.
hit
He
this
can't
drone
kill.
here. So we're gonna go in here is there's a regular rogue drone here. We're gonna try and shoot it. One of the benefits of having a diesel craftwork in Wyatt's timeline is you can just AoE shoot the grenade thing from here. We're not gonna run all the way down there, but if you aim, there we go. Yeah, if you aim there, you can just shoot it from there. You don't have to run all the way down there.
Seth's got to be more careful with his experiments.
Were I a little bit more silly, I sometimes can't hit that, so it makes you run all the way down there to chase it. It's this whole thing. But as it turns out, I'm awesome. So
Goodness knows, I definitely had to chase it down the obstacle course when I played. So quite impressive to see.
right, so here's another difference is here Wyatt's room is down there, so you would go there in the Wyatt timeline, but Fergus is actually in the ammo depot here. I was practicing this earlier and was standing at Wyatt's door like, why is the thing coming up? As it turns out, Fergus is not in Wyatt's room. That's how that works.
If people might have just noticed a moment ago, there was something that mentioned dual wield kills being at 80 out of 100. And so that's part of the upgrade system for this game, where certain traits and weapons can get better as you do more work with them. How much does that factor into the run?
So this game has, with like the upgrade system, it also has like weapon upgrades as well. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah, so you're gonna see me. We're gonna get like 4 different upgrades throughout this run. One of them was just there was the battery upgrade for the laser craftwork, so we can hold a little bit more charge there, so we don't have to refill it as often. And then and then we're also gonna get 2 upgrades for our SMG here. To make it do more damage and to also have more ammo capacity, and then we're going to get the final upgrade I think towards the end of this chapter here, the marksman scope for the rifle, which basically makes it a I guess 2-shot kill, 1-shot kill. We're going to be dual wielding it, so it's always going to be 2 shots, but you know. So here's another spot where the diesel craftwork will come in handy. We've got these dogs here, where it's really easy to just shoot diesel grenades at them, make them go away. However, we don't have that, and I really don't want to waste any of my laser craftwork ammo. So we're just shoot them. There we go. Yep. Okay. Yeah, dog lived there, but that's alright.
Should get to work on upgrading my weapons.
Alright, so that was another upgrade
Train's got
kit we
power.
picked up there.
Let's find the
So
controls
that'll
and
go
see.
towards our SMG, and then, like I said, we should get like, I think, two more, maybe. I don't know, I lost count, but we'll get all the upgrades, and we'll be good.
Yeah, there is a certain point in speedrunning you get to where you're just like, trust the process. My muscles know how to do this.
Yeah,
The rest doesn't matter.
That's pretty much it. I'm just kind of just trusting the process. I
Ain't dead, so keep moving.
kind of have to know what's going on right now, so, you
William,
know.
do you read? If you are on Fifth Avenue, the state building should be near.
Okay, so we're gonna just go out this way. Nice. Skips us having to run all the way up the rest of the building and just go outside. Now we're basically gonna be making our way through. This is supposed to be a blasted out New York.
Come and test the old
Another
man's metal.
point for this game takes place in an alternate timeline where Nazis won World War II, so
Find a way to reach the top of the
Nazis
state
sort of
building and
own
make
everything
contact
here.
with the resistance group.
So
Look for
they also
elevators, stairs, anything.
beat the U.S.
The
to
radiation
the
levels should be
sort of
acceptable
nuclear
at the
race,
top of the
arms
building.
race. So what did they do? They
Your
bombed the
boy's
crap out of
on
New
it.
York. So
Second.
this is gonna be our first spot, sort of, for liberating America from the Nazis. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna meet one of the coolest characters, I have to say, in gaming, Grace. We skipped her cutscene, but you know that she's awesome.
Nice.
These upgrades here. Did have enough. Let's go.
Should
I'm
get to work
glad
on
I trusted.
upgrading my weapons.
Basically, we're just gonna shoot these Nazis up. I'm gonna try my best to aim. It's a bit difficult, but you know.
Man, I did my the one playthrough this casually that I did on the hardest difficulty level because I played the first game not that long before, and boy do I remember this room real well. It took a long time. I do also want to give some thanks to people who did send in donations, sending that total for Gabby to move to Boston flying up. Austin so-and-so with $50 saying, let's get these frickin' speedruns going. Cork with $10, wishing Gabby good luck with the move. Blink with $25 with no comment. And Stormy with $100 saying, love you, bestie. Thank you so much to all of you for your incredible generosity. I don't currently see any of those put towards incentive. We do have an incentive for Cult of the Lamb. The beat Ratau at Knucklebones, so playing a dice game. That incentive is currently open, so if any of you would like your donation put towards that, just let us know and we'll be happy to do so.
It should be it here, maybe. Question mark? Yeah. Alright, what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna jump off the roof here and miss this plane, because I've done that way more times than I'd love to admit. There we go. It's very easy to jump too early and just fall to your death, which is not great. Alright, so now we're going to move on to Section F. That was Grace, by the way, we just passed. And Super Spesh, goated character, love him. We're going to go back.
Agreed.
Real. So we're going to go back to Section F here. Basically, since the submarine was sort of owned by the Nazis, there's some nuclear payloads that are still in the ship here. So we're going to get them and use them to our advantage, because who doesn't love them bombing Nazis, am I right?
The maddening itch. How did you endure it so gracefully? It's fitted so
There's only one group of people who doesn't love that, and their opinions don't matter.
You
So.
left the
Exactly,
vacuum too
period.
great to fill.
I'll also mention here, this is one of the chapters that PJ likes to monologue through. So basically, as you saw in the beginning, he was in a wheelchair. He was pretty much dead, basically. He was missing a whole lot of his insides. In the end of the New Order, insides were outside, and that's not how that's supposed to be. So he's kind of been dying basically the entire beginning of this game. And he spends a lot of the beginning talking to Caroline, who also died at the beginning of the game. So he's kind of going through it, but
Can't see
he's our goat,
shit.
he's our guy, so
Need some light in here.
for him, he's also kind of just got to trust in the process.
Yeah, no, it's surprisingly philosophical from BJ Blazkowicz, the faceless protagonist of an early '90s shooter game where you run down corridors and make Nazis scream "Mein Leben." But I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of live a life where you feel like you're drawing dead. There's a lot of time to philosophize, so
Definitely.
I can understand where he's coming from.
See if I can hit this jump here. I miss. Unlucky. That jump saves like no time, but it's a swag strat. It's cool. So.
Yeah. We always go for those.
I'll definitely hit the there's that jump and there's a jump later towards the end of Roswell, which is the next chapter, where it's like you hit one or the other. You either hit that one in Section F and don't hit the one in Roswell, or you hit the one in Roswell, or you hit this one and don't hit the one in Roswell. So yeah. Alright, we're almost done here. We're gonna go fill the chopper up. Hopefully I did the math correctly on our laser craftwork ammo. Hopefully we shouldn't need to refill it. I think we should be good, but yeah, it saves time to just not have to go get it filled up again.
Right. Let's see if this bird is ready to fly like Grace asked me to.
I can count. Let's go.
Out of your mind. Chopper's fat and sassy.
So let's fill this up and we'll get a move on. We're gonna go into Roswell, New Mexico, which is fun.
There's no information, no Nazis hidden from the world.
Hello.
Oop, okay. Alright, so now we're gonna go to Roswell, New Mexico here, and it's July 4th, I believe, but rather than it being like American July 4th, it's what the Nazis have dubbed Victory Day, the day that they beat the US. So it's a little interesting looking here. We're also going to be doing a cosplay as a fireman because we have in our hands an atom bomb. So
All-American diner.
one of the funny parts about this is, as you can see, we're disguised also because BJ's wanted pretty much. So we've got there's two right there, and there'll be a third right there, which will be funny later during this cutscene.
Man, what'll it be? We're about to close.
That's also Super Special right there. He's the goat. He's so funny. It's like my favorite character in this game.
Blazkowicz, Speshy knows you're coming to attack the Oberkommando, but he has no idea you bringing a damn atom bomb. You gotta break him the news.
Alright, so this is another one of those super long cutscenes. So if we have anything from any host messages, anything like that, we're chilling.
Sure. Yeah, we are definitely we're working with our team to see if the folks who just generously donated want their things put towards the incentives, like the Cult of the Lamb incentive for tomorrow. Also had earlier a $10 anonymous donation that didn't get read out. I just wanted to say that we see you, we appreciate you. Like everybody's generosity, everybody watching, whether you're over at twitch.tv/blackheartwings or on the front page of speedrun.com and you've just taken the time to take a look and see what we're about. This mutual aid marathon would not be possible without each and every one of you. So appreciate that very much, and hope you enjoy your milkshakes.
Now you. Show me your identification.
Alright, here we are, one of the funnier moments in this game. This guy wants our identification papers. Actually, I think owned. So yeah, we just knocked him out with the bomb. It's just really funny. That's actually an unprompted sort of thing. It's just kind of like if you know, you know. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to show the papers, and then he realizes that they're fake, and then you shoot him. And then, but I think it's funnier to whack him upside the head with a bomb. It's just hilarious.
Keep
keep going down that tunnel, and you'll end up at the Area 52 cargo train loading depot. Fastest way to Area 52 will be to hitch a ride on one of those cargo trains.
Alright, so what he said. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the underside of Roswell, and we're going to be going to the Nazis' Oberkommando, which is their, you know, big base of operations down here. And we're just going to go blow it up, because as we should.
See, I'm fading. Without your wings, I would fall.
So yeah, this place is actually pretty cool. I think, I can't remember if this was built up already. I know there was a safe house down here, but this would actually be a really cool installation down here for more Nazis, you know. So, let's see if I can get up here. There we go. So that was not the jump I was talking about earlier, but that would have been really bad if I did that.
Alright, we're on the move. Gotta head up front and grab the controls.
Now we're basically just gonna run through this train here. This is gonna take us to the Oberkommando proper. We're gonna go out this way. Here there's two sections where you can go either up or down, or you can like crawl into the bottom. Here we're just gonna run straight through it because, you know, that's what we do with speedrunners. But there have definitely been a couple occasions where I've just like gone the wrong way. Not like on purpose, but you know, sometimes you just like, you know, head empty, no thoughts.
Stick this in your pipe and smoke it.
Now we're gonna zoom there. We're gonna hit whatever that is there. Take a dive here. But it's alright, we're all good. Duel here, kill you. Nice. Basically here we're just gonna have to, there's a big elevator like thing, kind of gotta wait for it to show up. We're not actually gonna ride it up to the Oberkommando proper. We kind of just need it to show up so we can get to there. We're gonna basically ride up the rail. We're gonna like run upside of it. But if we were to get on it now, I'm not even sure you can do, but if we were to like fall onto it now, we'd have to still get past this elevator here. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wait for the elevator to get down, then you're supposed to ride it all the way back up, which is super slow and which is super slow and waste time. So we're not gonna do that. Let's hope we don't miss this here. Drop a save. So basically we're gonna, let's go. Nice. It is very easy to miss that jump right there. I have also done it more times than I'd like to admit, because you'll just fall right off of it. That's cool. So now we're gonna go ahead and put our bomb in the Oberkommando. Put this glass here.
So, you want the Nazis to leave the warhead alone once you planted it, right? Well, what you gotta do is place it in the Oberkommando's nuclear reactor. That way the Nazis won't be able to track its radiation signature. They won't find it, they won't disarm it.
Another great instance of a lot of Nazis, big old robot. We're kind of just gonna
get the hell out of Dodge.
Get the hell out of Dodge, exactly.
Yeah, keep running, Nazis.
Alright, so this is the jump I was talking about. Nice. Okay. Yeah, every time you either miss the section F1, you hit that one, or you hit the section F1 and miss this one. I have no idea why. That's just kind of how it seems to be. Alright, so that's that. We're gonna get the heck out of here, and we're gonna take a pit stop back to Mesquite. So BJ is he's Texan. He's from Texas, born and raised here. This is actually his sort of family house here. This chapter is really short, so we're just gonna blaze through it. But you sort of get the significance behind this in the beginning cutscenes that are like 10 minutes worth of cutscenes that we're not gonna watch. But yeah, that was his dad right there, Rick Blazkowicz. Crazy dude. Not very good guy. So, putting it to him. He basically sold us into Frying Radio, and now they want us back. So. This is definitely one of the cooler missions in this game. It's really short, but sort of navigating a like half ruined, way up in the air house is like really cool. You're also gonna hope the game does not do any type of silly business in the next like 10 minutes. For some reason, every time I run this game at like any like marathon or anywhere, the game just decides it wants to be silly. It'll either crash or freeze or whatever, so we're gonna hope it doesn't do anything. It happens to do that here, this like next section of cutscenes in particular, a lot for like no reason. But yeah, this will be next like long cutscene section. So again, if we have any host messages, anything like that, you're welcome to it.
Certainly. Yeah. I don't think I can say anything specific about it just yet, but I do believe we are. I'm looking at the back end, and I do believe we are cooking up a surprise for everybody. So when I have more to share, I'll be happy to do so on that. But for now, I just kind of want to get your attention whetted with the idea that we've got more cool things coming up, in addition to all the amazing runs and incentives that are already going. We did get one of those donations that just came in put towards the Cult of the Lamb, so we are on our way to that $250 goal to beat Ratau at Knucklebones to play some dice and make that work in our cult's favor. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow, and I know with your help we will get there. And yeah, beyond that, I did just want to remind everybody what we're doing, why we're here. Blackheart's Boston Fun, run for amazing speedrunner and friend to so many communities, Blackheart Wings, aka Gabby, was put together as an impromptu event. And like I keep saying, in one way or another, it really couldn't have happened without the help of all the volunteers, the runners, and most importantly, you, the viewers, and, if you're able, the donors. We appreciate any and all support you can give Gabby in her time of need so that we can help someone move to Boston and live safely without worrying about a major financial loss. Please type !schedule in the chat to see what you can look forward to this weekend, a little bit more tonight as well as tomorrow and Sunday. And in addition to an amazing cause, you can type !incentives in chat to see the open incentive. Right now it is just the Cult of the Lamb one, but there will be more open incentives, so keep that in mind, !incentives throughout the weekend if you choose to stick around to see what cool things you can make happen with your donation.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make like you attacked
me. Right on.
And when the guard pig comes in looking for your
so
ass,
basically at this point, Frauengel's captured our goat, BJ Blazkowicz. So basically he's gonna get executed, and it's gonna get broadcasted to every television in the world, basically. However, Super Special and the gang, of course, they're not gonna let that go down, so we're gonna get broken out because, yeah, craziest plot armor ever going on, but yeah.
You know, you say every TV in the world. I wouldn't be surprised if Nazi engineering, they found a way to forcibly turn TVs on just for this special viewing event.
That would be.
Ooh, that looks like it hurts.
Definitely. So that's part of Super Special's plot. He's gonna try and make it look like BJ hurt him, so we can try and, you know, get out of here.
fucking gag off you. All right. Once we hit the street, it's all car chases, flying bullets. They got tanks outside, man.
They got tanks outside, man. I have to say, Super Special has some of the best. Not even some of. He just has the best quotes ever in this game. This dude is so funny.
The hard part is getting down to the garage. Hey! Help! Help! Open the door! He fucking attacked me, man! He broke my nose, and then he got out through that door right there! Fucking Terror Billy! He's on the loose! Stay back. And he had help. They came in right through that door, and they broke him out.
It was space aliens, man! Oh. But unfortunately, even though we had the, you know, greatest plan known to man, our plot armor has run a bit thin here. Rip in peace, Super Special, our goat.
Yep.
A real one, right to the end.
Forever and always.
Guter Schuss, General. Der zuckt noch.
Idiot. He was dead as soon as you walked into the building.
This is definitely another scene where it's definitely the characterizing for Emma was just like I said, consistently just like the worst person ever. She's just weird.
Yeah, you already hate her at this point, and now you have to deal with her right up in your face for several more minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
And, you know, content warnings if you need one. Things are going to get worse before they get better.
Yeah.
How does it taste? The gunpowder of the bullet that killed your friend. How does it feel? Do you love the taste? Oh. You hear that? It's my attack force. Moving in on your friends in the garage.
Yeah, so unfortunately we kind of lost our plot armor here. Everything is starting to, go wrong here.
On the fun.
Anya. My family.
I mean, arguably, you could say when we were blown to pieces at the end of the first one, it's kind of been that way ever since.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Got me praying for the end.
For theft and destruction of public and private property, aiding the enemy, torture, terrorism, including nuclear, both domestic and abroad, and high treason. For gruesome murders that number in the thousands, you have been found guilty, Mr. William Joseph Blaskowitz. It is rare, even for a man of my job description, to come face to face with true evil.
How ironic that one is, but,
Yeah, again, like I mentioned earlier, the perversion of everything you'd come to expect. Despite the fact that, using exactly the same lines as you would for, the, like, Nuremberg trials or what have you, but, here it is against our hero, the one person still, one of the few people still fighting to save the country.
Exactly. And of course, we're not done yet. You can't sentence me to death, man. Come on. What did you think this was? So, of course, we're going to shoot our way out of here because that's just the way it is.
I mean, they can pass sentence if they want, but can they really carry it out?
Exactly. So basically, this is just a really big shooting up there. They're gonna keep spawning in, we're gonna keep shooting them, we're gonna do that for a little bit.
Yeah, see, I like how you're handling this much better. I made the mistake of trying to hide behind the judge's podium. Yeah. Again, this room took a while in my casual playthrough.
Yeah, so what you're supposed to do is, like... Well, not supposed to do, I guess, but what the strat is here, at least for... Yikes. What the strat is you're supposed to sort of stand up here on the judge's podium. You're supposed to just kind of do that, but I find it easier to just run around. Makes my life a lot easier. I can aim, but I can only aim so much, so sometimes you just gotta get right up in their faces and do what I do best.
And with gusto, if I may say.
Alright, so that should be the first part. Yeah, they're just responding some more here. It's gonna be a big old... I think that is the Ausmerzer up there. So... So we're gonna get some ammo. There's gonna be these super soldaten that spawn in. We're gonna try and be on the back of them, so we can shoot at their backs. They've got like gas tanks there, so yeah, there, as you can see it through the glass ceiling right there. There we go. We shoot them in the back, makes it a lot easier. To beat another one also. There we go. Alright.
Very kind of them to present their weak spots directly to us.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like the main reason why you want to be up there at where the judge is at. But so it should be a dog somewhere. Yep. Once again, a lot of just run and gun in here.
I'm sure you cut it down to that in the way you describe it, but like watching you carry it out, the reaction times, the planning, all the stuff that goes into making this look this clean is just, you know, that's extremely impressive.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so okay, it should be another one of these guys here, and then we'll know it's close to the end. We've got, I think it should be 2 or 3 more on the super soldier in spawn. Yep, there's one. There's 2. There's 3. Alright, so that's that. Unfortunately for us though, it was a daydream. We didn't actually just do the coolest thing ever and bust out of Nazi prison, but...
Oh man, so BJ just had to imagine being the rest of us for a little bit there. Just imagining being the coolest guy ever, instead of...
Yeah, I still think I still think he's got the coolest guy ever reputation, but that would have made it cooler.
Fair. It's pretty locked up.
Once again, another content warning here. Caroline wasn't the only person who was kind of gonna get her head cut off, so yeah.
Well, I suppose it's only appropriate to spoil that one in this case.
Yeah,
just watching how some of this comes together, like the camera angles for this. You know, you can imagine knowing what I'm saying and knowing this is a first-person game, and now that Anarchy said what's about to happen.
Yeah, I could like say that to you, you still wouldn't. If you've never seen this before, you'd be like, oh, it's not that bad. It's whatever.
Yeah, this game does not pull its punches. These cutscenes are really something.
It certainly does not. Already got the katana and everything.
We would have been so good together.
No, whatever.
Darling, you're breaking my heart.
The old and the weak are doomed.
Youch. It's even worse. It's not even like one like clean swing. She had to. There's a couple swings there, but yeah. So currently we're bodiless a little bit. But that just happened. One would think that is the end of the game, of course, but
or at least the end of BJ's story.
Yeah, but alas, we're head in a jar. Exactly. Once again,
we've got a bit of a 1940s Futurama thing going on, which is funny because that's the period of time in which a lot of the stuff from Futurama, or the original World's Fair Futurama, was planning on. So everything kind of comes back around.
Exactly. Yeah, so we're head in the jar, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna get a new body. So this sort of leads off into the second half of the game. And you know and there's Shoshana also, little cat baby.
Hi Shoshana.
Little baby.
Cat thing. Don't think about it too much.
Well,
if you talk to Set, you'll know a little bit more about his experiments, but
for all intents and purposes, she's a cat.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Alright, so here's also another thing where you can sort of have your playthrough be a little bit different here every time you play it. Is there's these 3 contraptions where you can basically, you pick one and you can approach levels in a different way. So you can either go low, go high, or just ram through stuff. So we're going to pick the Battle Walkers. TBH, I don't think it makes too much a difference in the grand scheme of things, but basically, oh, I missed. We're just gonna be walking over a lot of stuff and using it to kind of sequence break stuff. The biggest of which you'll see once we go to space. There's gonna be a crazy little battle walker skip there.
Thank you. Take back your wings.
Yeah, so we're gonna do hours. I hope the game does not suffer because that would be really...
Yeah, we are basically coming to the outside of that 10 or 15 minute period you said where things go wonky sometimes. So Hope we make it to the other side of that, okay.
Okay, so here's where we're gonna see if I'm. Here's where the timelines. Okay, wait a minute. Here's another spot where the timelines are a little bit different. As I said, I haven't.
Gonna be honest, I almost said we'll make it to the other side of our, like, trashy period, quote, in one piece. I almost said that, and I'm like, wait a second. We already kind of messed that part up.
Yeah, so, they go back. Alright, so in the white timeline, basically you just run down here and, Sigrun will keep you from leaving, so sometimes if you don't, like, make sure she shows up, she'll, soft lock. Basically, you'll go talk to Anya and she'll still be there and you can't move anywhere. All the doors will be closed. So I had that happen to me one time. I had no idea what was going on. And, I had soft lock, had no quick saves, no nothing, so that was so silly. But, yeah. There, I guess that would be another reason why the white timeline is the more widely ran one, because I don't actually recall if you can go around them, the three of them trying to move that warhead. I want to say that you can, but I don't know, you know, so. So here's where we're going to get some more Battle Walkers action. Okay. We're trying to... Okay. I was gonna say we're gonna try and ignore these dogs, but kind of have a staring contest with that one.
The Nazis keep the stolen intel inside their command center. You gotta find your way
so basically what we're gonna do here is we're returning to Manhattan, going back to New York, and we're gonna go ahead and steal the location for another resistance cell. So that's basically it. It's a pretty short one. We're gonna see if I can get these fan door cycles good here. Yeah, okay, we're good. Those as you kind of see there at the end, those doors close. Sometimes if you get in here too slow or even too fast, sometimes you'll like miss the cycles and stuff, which is annoying. But should be good there. There might be another one we might have to wait for a little bit. I'm a little lost here. There we go. So we're gonna open these, I think they're blast doors. We're here at one on one side. We're gonna get together on the other side. Just ignore these guys, cause whatever. Alright, so here we'll see how our luck is with these doors. Maybe we'll have to wait for one set. It's usually that one. Big old doggy here. Hey man. There we go. I didn't actually have to do too long there, which is good. I've had some of the like worst luck ever with those like fan doors. Like you'll like just miss it, or like you'll just get there and it'll very unlucky. So we're cruising here, we're chilling. Hopefully we won't get lost in this sort of section here. Alright. Here's our documents, and now we're gonna get the hell out of Dodge.
Guess that's my cue. You Nazis born in a barn? They're letting the radiation in.
As I said before, Manhattan is also like irradiated pretty much. There's atom bomb here, so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to grab a rebreather there, but it's faster to not do that. And you won't really die here anyway if you don't, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna continue to take a little bit of damage here, but it's kind of whatever. I'm gonna shoot these little robots as they appear. Hopefully I remember the order. Could be this one next. Yep. And let's shoot the last one.
Yes, Blaskowitz.
Nope, that was the last one. Okay.
Approaching now.
Alright, we're chilling. We can also use the battle walkers here to get up here a little faster. Yeah, because of course things can never be easy. We had a couple stowaways, but it's whatever. Help our man Bombadi up. Yeah.
Grace.
So now we're gonna go on a field trip to our next little liberation spot here. We're basically gonna be going to New Orleans, Louisiana, which is fun. So big old gator.
I need you to make it to the other side of the Great Wall. Look for any kind of opening that will grant you passage to the inside of the wall.
Hey, Blasco. Not seen a living civilian from up here since we arrived. Now, on the other hand, there's an overabundance of Nazis. Hope you have better luck finding survivors. Fergus out.
So basically, this place is like on lockdown, pretty much. This big old like security checkpoint.
Blazkowicz, head for the old American Bank building. That's where Horton and his group should
Basically,
be
when
pulled
you jump out of there, you wanna
Persuade them to join our cause.
okay. You wanna try and clear the water there. But
American Bank.
I didn't. That's like the first time I've ever done that. But it wouldn't be a marathon if there weren't some stuff happening for the first time ever. So.
The big easy. Can't undo your tragedy. But I can punish the people responsible.
Alright, so now we're gonna do our first like big like sort of battle walker skip here. Where basically we're gonna, instead of, you're supposed to go in there and make this move a crane on the other side. But that takes entirely too long. So basically we're just gonna, yeah, nice. You jump over onto that bus and then battle walker on top of one of the little spots right there, and you're able to just jump over to where you need to be anyway, which is really sick. And we got it first try, which is nice, because I have been notorious for bag fumbling that one.
So you were talking about the upgrades not making that much difference for the run. Does that still work okay if you take one of the other power-ups, or did you just take the Battle Walker because you know you need it for there?
I'll be honest, I like... It's not the right gun. Nice one. I'm like kind of interested in like theory crafting what a run of this game would look like picking up the other upgrades. I think in particular, like I think in most spots where you might otherwise use battle walkers to get around, like it wouldn't make too much of a difference if you picked the other ones. But I think that one right there in particular, and there's the other one on
the one you mentioned on the moon.
Yeah, the one later. Those two ones are like really important. So I'm not sure if I would have to find a way around those to be able to make something viable out of that. Okay, I'm stuck a little bit. Okay, all right. Sometimes that also happens. There we go.
You a preacher? No, this. Lord, pick these rags up.
Alright, so here we meet Horton. He's also GOAT characters. However, we're just gonna go ahead and skip that because, in the interest of speed. So next we're on to the second half of this Nola chapter. What you're supposed to do is it's supposed to be this really cool riding a big Panzerhund dog through the streets of Nola at night here. It's actually really, really cool. But unfortunately, riding the dog is a little bit slow, so we're just gonna run through it, which you can still do. But yeah.
Yeah, you hate to hear you have to miss the cool part, but it's faster, and honestly, this is its own form of cool and impressive to watch, so I can't be mad.
Yeah. Fortunately, I missed just a jump right there. You can get on top of that railing a little bit easier, but I missed it. Whatever. So yeah, we're gonna make our way through the sewers here next, and we're gonna try not to get lost. I didn't mean to do that, but cool. We're gonna get in this hole right here. And it's up here. Oh, yep. I will always make a wrong turn. I've done this so many times and I'll turn the wrong way every time. Battle Walker way up here. And another one, I don't think that one saves as much time as the other two do, but you can just kind of, there's a lot of like cool little things you can do with it. Alright, so we're gonna keep running through these streets here. There's a big old robot dude there. We're just gonna run right past him though, because whatever.
Bogged down by Nazis here. Foster's top side of the... Get on ya! What's the name of this fucking place? We're on the roof of the Lakeview apartment building. Think we can hold out for a wee bit, but these Nazis keep coming like torrential diarrhea.
Yeah. Alright. There we go. Didn't get lost that time. Didn't get lost that time around. But you know, it happens sometimes. This is another upcoming is another Battle Walker skip, which is really good. So I think this is added on to the other three. I think this is what makes the Battle Walkers just so OP, because you can kind of just, you know. So.
Jesus Christ, Grace, that was close. You're still a Conrad, mind you, but you're the most lovable
So we're
Conrad
gonna
I've ever laid
go up
eyes
here, and
on.
I'm not gonna bonk my head.
Fergus, Anya,
Bonk my head.
get on board the U-boat. All
Oh, I
evacuation
fell.
can't leave. Props are stuck in the mud. We're stranded.
There we go, that wasn't too bad. But yeah, instead of running all the way through that building, you can kind of just battle walk there on the edges, and it's kind of just busted. But anyway, now, unfortunately we skipped the cutscene, but we're in space now. We're on Venus. If you've played the New Order, you know that they had, you know, installations on the moon. We kind of owned them there, so now they went to Venus. Once again, I also have a little content warning. Basically, what's going on is we're making a movie. They're making a movie about BJ, and they of course are making him out to be the worst guy ever. So some of the lines are a little, but yeah.
How am I supposed to remember this shit?
Your agent got you on the...
I gotta write this down.
No, man.
What the hell did
Also,
I write?
that is Hitler, by the way. So in this alternate timeline, Hitler didn't actually die, so he's kind of just here. He's a bit senile though, but yeah.
I will rape and murder.
So many German innocent lives you have killed, but the German race will rise again!
Shit.
I will murder.
Sometimes that can be a little bit stressful, where like you know, it's kind of like a thing where you like, you know exactly what you're doing, but like sometimes like in the moment you'll just like mess it up. There basically you have to get all three of the lines right, and even if you miss one, you'll keep doing them. So like if you miss the first one but get the second two right, you won't know until the end. Where basically instead of doing what he's doing right now, he'll just shoot you at the end, which I did on accident. I didn't realize I misclicked. That was an experience.
Yeah, and like you were mentioning earlier, sometimes you just get into the habit of kind of mashing through scenes. Even if you know this one's different, sometimes those habits will just take over.
Yeah, that's another thing. Sometimes you might see that the pause menu come up when you're like trying to skip stuff, because sometimes you'll overpress a little bit. And, yeah. Yeah, this is another pretty long cutscene here. So if you have any messages, anything going on, you're welcome to.
Yeah, happy to. We did get a donation from Non-Binary Code, $13, saying, donating my lucky number again, just cuz. Good luck to everyone on all the things. I can't think of a bad joke right now, just pretend I made one and laugh or groan appropriately. Also, trans rights. Put it towards the open Cult of the Lamb run, or whatever is open if I read it wrong. No, you were absolutely right. We will be happy to put that donation towards the Cult of the Lamb beat Retau at Knucklebones incentive. That puts us to $123, almost exactly half of the $250 donation goal. So we are making excellent progress, knowing that run is not till tomorrow. So feel free to keep watching, keep donating as you are able, and keep an eye out for that secret surprise that I mentioned earlier. I don't know if it'll be my job to announce it, but it will be very exciting when we get there. So look forward to it.
Right, so at this point also in the story, everybody thinks BJ's dead. Yeah, nobody kind of knows that he survived getting his head cut off, because, you know, who would, you know, think that anyone would survive that? So, yeah, we're kind of here undercover. We're basically portraying an actor. His name is Jules Redfield. There's also that guy right there who is supposed to be this time this
takes place right before
I
the
guess
scene you did earlier.
this universe's reference to
Blaskowitz is
Ronald
about
Reagan,
to
which is
cast
pretty
the
funny. He's
bombs
also
that
dead.
will massacre the German
But
children
yeah.
in the orphanage. But first, he must eliminate the brave soldiers standing guard outside the school in a brutal fight scene. Mr.
Yeah, you know, knowing that propaganda filmmaking was a big thing and arguably still is in some parts of the world, it's just like the idea that there's this much quote unquote filmmaking going into a propaganda film, and yet the results are still turning out this, you know, horrific in more ways than one is this is kind of just like, you know, you have enough time to sit around thinking what the hell is going on here as you're watching all this unfold in front of you.
Yeah, this is definitely a cutscene and a half. I would say that.
Oh God, I'm bleeding. I need to take a break.
Line, please.
Yeah, I need a doctor.
You know, I think I will just for funsies. I think I'll have a little surprise of my own in a moment.
Ooh, very good.
Alright, so they're gonna have us go in there and do this scene next. However, one little, I don't know if it's an Easter egg per se, but as you can see, old boy Fleur there is kind of just tweaking on the ground. So one wonderful thing they included in this game is you can kind of just do that. It results in your immediate death, but one of the greatest additions to a game ever, I think. So. Nope. There we go. So yeah, now we're just gonna sort of fight our way through the overcommando. Basically, what we're trying to do is get these codes for Brownell's big flying submarine, or not submarine, big flying sort of fortress ship thing. Yeah, we need the codes off the Oberkommando to be able to get into the defenses for it. So we're basically just going to be navigating the way through it. Definitely, you know, you have to think how they would top going to the literal moon in the New Order, but I think Venus is so cool. Especially once we get down there on the surface. It's definitely a really, really cool location. Also sick cutscene right there. BJ's got a new body. He's feeling himself for real. He's that guy.
Yeah, but yeah, and just Venus is like kind of an inspired choice considering it's one of the least hospitable planets in our galaxy for life.
Air feels heavy.
Yeah, as you'll see right here. Actually, this looks so cool. We've got like the rivers of lava. And one of the mechanics of this like chapter is that it's super hot, and you need to like go to these like coolant refilling stations for your spacesuit. You're not incentivized to sprint because it drains your coolant. However, I don't care. We're
you know where you're going. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
And that helps.
So we can basically be just kind of free run of the place.
Yeah, now the idea that they don't have to like pressurize and depressurize the entrances when you come in is kind of wild, considering I think Venus's atmosphere is something like 90 or 100 times that of Earth's.
Yeah, so we kind of just whatever.
You'd think opening that outside door would like destroy all the humans standing around in that bay, but I don't know. I guess Nazi technology went a little further than I expected.
Yeah. All right. So
but,
here,
that's why we're gonna take it for ourselves.
Period. So here we're gonna do our other battle block of skip. I'm not gonna bonk my head. Nice. Basically, you're supposed to like run like through this place, like run up a couple flights of building. But with the battle walkers, you can kind of just do that and skip like literally a little bit.
Very conveniently placed. Well done.
Thank you. It's definitely difficult, especially like when you're first running this game. I would get there and like just forget what was going on like every time. I'd lose once a little battle walker skip there, but I've got it down pat now. It's really good skip. Skips a whole heck of a lot. So rather than having to navigate through that outside portion, and again having to worry about your coolant and getting too hot and overheating and whatever, we can kind of just do that and make our way to the Oberkommando part. Youch. Here we got another kind of a fun section here, where, if you remember at the beginning of the game, where we had the sort of wheelchair, like, ramp section. BJ will say deja vu, because you're kind of just like the beginning, except we're, you know, able-bodied now. Alright. So once we get off of here, we should be getting towards the end of Venus. We're gonna do the cool, there's a big old like dome in there, which makes like no sense, but it's cool. So we're gonna do another little battle walker skip right here. We're gonna get onto here. Oh, I seem to be stuck. That was cool. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, get up here. And not bonk my head. There we go. I'm not entirely sure where I got stuck there. I've never had that one happen before, but it's all good.
Yeah, it don't matter. We made it work.
Exactly. I'm gonna shoot him this one. No? Alright. Let's get up there.
You might call this a howling hellscape. Welcome to the Oberkommando.
Certain guns out here, there we go.
Shitload of assholes. You got my Odin codes, assholes.
Alright. So here's what I was talking about when I said there's just a big old dome here. It's like a replica of the... I don't know if that's supposed to be Venus or what this is supposed to be, but big old dome. I remember playing this game casually. I'd play it every once in a while and get to this room here and be like, where am I supposed to go? Where's the ticket over here? But yeah, you gotta shoot that big old dome. But onto the hopefully I know what I'm doing here. This is the next sort of different story-wise for the timelines. But yeah, we got a surprise going on, team. It's BJ's birthday. Yippee! So yeah, this is a cute little cutscene. It's BJ's birthday, and they're kind of just celebrating, chilling out. However, Fergus has gotten knackered the night before, so we gotta go find his arm. I'm gonna hope I remember where his arm is. Wyatt's thing is a lot different. It's a lot faster. I don't know. It's a lot faster, but I think we should be good here. Yeah. There we go. Alright, we go through this vent here.
How did he even get down here?
Yeah, his arm is kind of got a mind of its own. It's another thing you'll see in some of the cutscenes, which we skipped a bit of, but yeah, we're gonna make our way through here. Let's see, where is this gonna put us out at? Section F. All right, let's go get Fergus's arm back and let's get out of here. There we go. Alright. Get Fergus's arm back and go ahead.
Are you trying to fucking kill me?
Great cutscene. But yeah, now we're gonna move on to the last chapter in the game, pretty much. Basically, we're gonna take back Frau Engel's big old flying fortress. So basically, we're like in the beginning, we're just gonna run back through here pretty much.
We're just watching Anya. However you want to handle it, you're already halfway across the room.
Yeah, here you're supposed to have the sort of the option of like either handling it like stealthily, kind of, or just like guns blazing, but you know, guns
Yeah,
blazing.
there is a whole like stealthing melee kill system in this game. We have no need of it when we're going fast.
Exactly.
Center for the starboard defenses. Finally, there's the Odin main control center for the ship itself.
Understood. How do we get to them?
There's a terminal concealed in the floor in the center of the room, which will open the door leading to the Hugin control center.
That there is.
The other parts of the ship are harder to access from your location. Bring up the ship schematics in the terminal and see if there's a way to reach them, Anya.
This guy got owned. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, we're basically just gonna run our way through the ship. Basically, we're gonna. Go...
I mean, you know, it's a good metaphor because on some level, all the Nazis got their whole asses out. It's just this. Like, he's our exemplar right there.
Exactly. Alright, so basically, like I said, we're gonna run back through here, but instead of going through it the other way, we're gonna go through it with our contraption, so the battle walkers. It's a cool way to sort of go through reuse a sort of familiar locale, but you know, going through it a different way. It's not okay. Try and get this guy to come this way, so we can get over to the terminal over there. Oh, okay. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so in this sort of like animation here, you're kind of vulnerable, but we don't want to kill them all just yet. Just because it's faster. Alright.
Well done, William. The port defense systems are offline. Get back here as soon as possible. I think I found a way to reach our other objectives.
Like I said, we actually like... Oh, okay. We're kind of just going through this like literally like backwards. We came from that way at the beginning. We're coming from the other way this time around.
William, I need some help here. Hurry, please.
Take these guys out. And yeah. Tends to be always like one more guy that kind of just shows up. It's been annoying when you're, you know, expecting there not to be another guy and you run over here and he's still, you know, just chilling over there. But
William, I'm in here. William, jump into the transport pod there on the other side. I've reprogrammed these to take us to the upper parts of the ship. We can reach the other Odin control centers from up there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go to the other half of the ship here.
Honestly, I feel like the explanation from Anya about what you need to do and how you're going to get there is unimportant even in universe, because Anya could just say jump in the pod and BJ would be like, got it, I'll do what you say. You know, that's just the kind of person that BJ is.
He's just the guy. Right, because of course things can never just be, you know, smooth. There's definitely that guy. We're gonna shoot for that. I was supposed to wait. So what we're gonna do here is not miss this jump, because that'd be really bad. It's very short jump, but it's very easy to just bag fumble that entirely.
To reach the Munin control center from there. I need you to go there and shut down the starboard defense system. I'll keep making my way to the Odin main control center.
That one, put this other computer here.
Watching BJ chicken peck his way across the keyboard. There are many things he's good at. Typing is not one of them.
Oh, that was sick. That was like... Oh, I
saw that.
That was so cool. It's so cool I forgot what I was doing for a second. But those like robot like dog things are like... they're like terrifying. Like they're not like the normal dogs, and they're not like panzerheads either. They're just like abominations, and they will ruin like everything. There'll be another one coming up too. Just hopefully he won't get in my way too bad. Oh. Bit lost there, but that's alright. Alright. Okay. Alright, there we go. Sometimes things here aren't entirely smooth, but you know, it is what it is. We're almost at the end, so. Oh, there's a raider dog. Alright, that wasn't too bad there. So now we're gonna see if we can get a cool little thing that happens sometimes. So this is supposed to kind of be like the final boss battle. There's gonna be these like pods that open up. We sold that in here. Sometimes they're supposed to come out one at a time. So once you beat these two will come out. Once you beat these two, those two will come out. But sometimes you can have what just happened there, where they won't actually like wait. And it'll cause the like final boss guys to spawn a little bit faster. I'm not sure if those two dudes will come out. Oh, yes they did. Nice. Yeah, sometimes they'll just like show up without you ever having to actually beat the super soldat, which is really cool and save time. I have no idea what causes it, but it kind of just happens. So. And now we're pretty much scot-free. We're gonna go ahead and not fall. That'd be really bad. We're gonna head to the Odin main control center, and we're gonna go get Frau Engel. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the run. We're gonna just go give Frau Engel, you know, what she's deserved this entire game.
A piece of our mind and a few other pieces.
Certainly.
Let's do this.
Camera 3, truck left for your wide shot.
Stop, Gunther.
Stand by. What?
Look.
Stay on the air. Do what you have to do, darling.
Yeah, let's go have our moment.
Doom is coming.
It'll be a touching reunion.
Certainly. Here, we lost a little bit of that.
Yeah, did you want to give any shout outs, or did you want to let this play out and then get around to that afterwards? Whatever you'd like to do.
Yeah, I think we'll let this one play out, give it its moment, and
only fair
for you, Caroline.
Where General Engel. Yeah. What the hell?
And that's time, team. Yeah. So there goes that.
Jeez.
Have the best you got. Then your best won't do.
Hey, period.
You are my world now. These are our words.
Yeah, so that was Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus Glitchless, team. I really hope you enjoyed this run. Yeah, definitely. I haven't played this one in a little bit, but definitely one of my favorite games. Frau Engel definitely got what she deserved, and
This non-binary code mentions a pleasant, well-earned squish. My goodness.
Exactly. So yeah. Try to think of anything I have to say, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, if people want to see more content from you, where can they find you? Or, you know, if they're interested in running this game?
Yeah, so I'm on socials everywhere, Anarchy ASF, if you're ever wanting to talk, wanting to see me stream a little bit. I haven't been streaming as of late, been kind of busy, but definitely love these games. I love running these games. These are my bread and butter. So when I do have time to stream, I definitely plan to come back to these games. I'm working on a sort of anthology run. We're putting together all 4 of the all timeline sort of anthology games, putting those
Oh, how
together.
cool.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Putting all those together in one run, so that'll be a fun one. Definitely looking forward to getting to work on that. But yeah, again, if you're looking for me on socials, Anarchy ASF is where you can find me pretty much anywhere. Also, the community for this game isn't super big, so if you're looking for help on setting up these games, learning strategies, running them in any capacity, feel free to reach out. I'm never really, just a message away. I'll always respond. So. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, thank you for the great run. Thank you for being part of this. Appreciate you. Congratulations again on the excellent run. And yeah, everyone stay tuned. We've got more going on this evening. This is going to be all for me as far as hosting for today, but we've got 2 more runs for you today, and maybe that special surprise I mentioned will still come up sometime later today. So whatever the case, do stay tuned. Give if you are able. We have the incentive for Cult of the Lamb still open, and lots more fun runs to go both tonight and across the rest of the weekend. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks, team.